Warning! Hey, dumbass! This show is called The Offenders. So if you hear something that offends you, then we are doing our fucking job. So quit crying! Love the offenders.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Fender Podcast. It's Kyle. With me all the way, Evan.
There's Evan over here.
Hey, man.
I got my dick next to the microphone.
You must have two microphones, 'cause I know your dick's not that big and the microphone doesn't pick up that well.
There's a lot of things about me you don't know, Kyle.
Wow, well that was a good beginning. So hey everybody, you know what you're probably thinking is this a screw up? Because like they're recording like 2 times in the same month. And it might be. It actually might. There's a good chance it probably is.
No, actually what it is we've changed our diet. We've only been surviving off of Soylent. And if you don't know what Soylent is, do you guys know what that is for real?
Yeah, I do.
I wonder what that shit tastes like.
I don't know.
I've been my understanding the way it tastes is that it doesn't really have like a good or bad taste. In fact, I think they have like a flavor for them. Like you can get like chocolate or strawberry or vanilla, but it's the texture. It's like the texture's really weird, and that's why they say you should actually make it and don't drink it immediately. You actually want to let it cool so like some of the texture kind of fades away. But I guess
I had this protein drink, and it tasted exactly like chocolate cake, but it would never mix right no matter how much you would stir it. So every time you would drink it, it'd just be like chalky clumps, and it just totally killed it.
Oh.
that's what gets me about sometimes when I make smoothies. I make some of them, and I'm like, oh, this is going to taste so good. And I get it, and it's like, oh, this fruit did not smooth well. It is like chunky and grainy inside of here.
Chia seeds, man.
Yeah.
Kind of enough. They're real good for you, though.
Yeah, I used to use flaxseed, and it's the same way. Like they don't really grind. You just get like random bits of seed in everything you eat. It's like ugh. But so I wanted to start off. I wanted to talk about a musical show I went to.
Now, is this like
No.
Let me see your
No. So I was down in Macon, and I knew that Evan's band was playing, and friend of the show, Bruiser Braswell, his band was playing. So I was like, I'm going to go see these bands play. Well, I missed Bruisers, which made me sad. And then some other band played. I didn't pay attention to them. I don't know who they were. They didn't matter. So then Evan's
Dead
band.
Rights? They were
Yes.
they're kind of like a bluesy metal horror punk band.
Yeah, they didn't sound bad. I just
zombie rights now. Zombie rights now.
I just
Right.
had no reason to go into the room where they were playing because I could hear them from where I was at, you know. So then Evan's band gets up and starts to play, and I go in and sit there, and I'm going to say this. Of all the shows I've been to in Macon, I've never seen a show where people got that into it. Usually there's a few people, but for the most part, it's a lot of wallflowers. People just kind of standing around, nodding their heads, or whatever. But like, the crowd seemed pretty into it, especially for a small venue that you guys were at.
That was one of the better shows we've played so far.
So, but the thing is that like, I have a critique for you and the band, Evan. Actually, I have 2.
Uh-oh.
Well, first is that you played what, 3 songs?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
Because we lost our drummer, so we had a fill-in guy, and he's only been able to practice with us once.
Okay, so fair enough. Then now I'll drop that critique.
I won't. How the fuck do you lose a drummer? Were you going through the fucking jungle?
It was actually a labyrinth, you jerk, and the fucking Minotaur got it.
But don't you play drums, Evan?
That's bull, Evan.
I thought you
I would have laughed at your joke, Shane, but I got taken over by Rage to Kill Kyle.
I mean, but you play drums, right? Couldn't you play drums and vocals? And
He's tried that once before, actually. It's very difficult.
I don't really think you could do that with your type
I
of
know the
music.
podcasters can't see it, but I'm shaking right now. You know what, Kyle?
Mhm.
You could take a knife and stab yourself. There's nothing stopping you.
I
I
think-
believe you. You can do it.
Okay, fair enough. I have an X-Acto knife right here, and I've got enough.
This is an exclusive here on the podcast. We're going to have our first stabbing with an X-Acto knife.
There's enough fumes from the contact cement I've been using in this room that I might not even feel the pain initially.
Contacts have a smell?
Contact
Cement.
cement.
That's how you keep them in your eyes, stupid.
Yeah.
So, like, when you touch the cement, it makes a smell. Okay.
That was so elementary school. Stupid.
Yeah.
But
Dummy.
so Evan's band, like, all the band's music, it seems like it's very positive, and Evan usually begins each song with some kind of positive thing. Am I correct in this?
Yeah, I kind of talk about, what the song's about or the subject. That's the hardcore, So
Okay.
it's more about having a message with your music instead of just being like, I miss my girlfriend. I'm going to kill this guy who betrayed me.
Nice. That's a message too. It's just a message that's going to result in you going to jail.
Yeah.
So what's the name of your band again?
World Demise. It's an obituary album, which is one of our major influences.
Okay, so your band's name's World Demise, but you sing this positive music. Doesn't the band's name isn't it kind of counter to being positive? It's just like world, just going to fuck up the world, demise the world, Evan?
Kyle, I want to talk to you philosophical for a minute.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the term deconstruction?
Yeah, I know what it means, yeah.
Don't they all form up into a giant robot and fight the Autobots?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, they do. It's about taking. There's so many ways that you can break it down. Because number one, most people are going to see that and be like, "Oh, awesome! They must sound like obituary," which is the main reason we got it. Number two, you can take it. I could go on forever, but you could basically say that the world demises people that are acting like a bunch of assholes. Not us, but we're talking about the people who are acting like assholes. Like Paper Tiger. We have a song about people who try to act tough, so
yeah, that was a
other
good
people,
one.
and they're not being themselves, and eventually they're going to bump into somebody who is a real tiger, and that'll take care of that. But world demise is just mostly in reference to that, but I mean, it's also about people becoming selfish and subjective and thinking about what their personal decisions will do to benefit them and them alone, as opposed to like decisions that are going to help out everybody.
Oh, your band is a consequence of not being positive. That's the name.
Yes.
Okay.
As a result, we made a band to let people know they have a choice.
Awesome.
Kind of like Hatebreed.
Okay.
You hear the
Too
name-
bad I don't have any musical, or I just have one. So don't be a jackass. That'll be the name of the band.
Yeah. Like if you take the band Hatebreed, you hear that and you're like, oh, they must be Nazis. But it's like breeding something positive out of the hate, turning it into something better.
Okie dokie. I see now.
I'm very influenced by Jamie Josta, the singer of Hatebreed. So I kind of took what he did with Hatebreed and I was like, okay, this works on a couple of different levels. So I took the name World Demise.
Okay.
Plus, if we named ourselves like Flowery Pasture of Happy Bunnies, people would be mad that we weren't, playing a bunch of songs from the Snoopy movies. Remember when we watched that shit on the airplane? It was like the Happy Bunnies on the whole fucking airplane. I'm so old. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that makes more sense. It kind of like, I wanted to, see, I'm with Shane. Like, I wish I had, like, musical talent. Because I always think of things that would be great to do. But, like, I don't have the talent to do it. Like,
You don't have it yet, but if you apply yourself, you can make whatever the fuck you said the name of our grindcore folk Bernie Sanders band.
that's what I wanted to talk about. So, like, I wanted to make a band that basically plays old American folk songs, but it's, like, redone, like, to, like, grindcore. And our name would be America's Festering Gash.
That's what it is.
Which, like, has, like, you could take it multiple ways. I mean, it could be just like a cut that's festering, or it could be, some lady parts that are festering. Whatever. I mean, it's,
Hey now.
But the first album we would cover is Bernie Sanders' folk album he did, like, in the 60s. But, like, or like, could you just imagine, like, somebody get up there singing, like, this land is your land, this land is my land, to, like, grindcore.
That would be amazing. But we would have to do a secret track where we still did the song, but we would do what's called a reprise. And instead of having the death metal vocals on it, we could do Bernie Sanders vocals over it. Just like a frustrated older Northeastern guy. It's like, this land is your land. This land is my land. I love hearing that guy talk. He's the best, man.
I love it for two reasons. One, like you're right, his accent's pretty great, and like he just does sound like every sentence he finishes, he sounds like he's one step from just saying fuck it, just like fuck you and fuck everyone who's listening to this. I'm just tired of it. The other reason is just because I like what he has to say. So
they passed a bill that is exonerating the 1% over all of our American taxpayers.
Who the fuck are these numbnuts doing this shit? That's what he should
take the microphone and throw it at the rest of Congress. Fuck you guys.
I mean, I wish he would. That would be amazing.
It's not the UK.
Yeah.
Or Eastern Europe, where they get in fist fights.
Or Japan, they'll get in fist fights too, and they're
and that is why they have banned carrying swords over there.
So we just need to let our politicians carry swords.
Well,
that would take care of a number of problems. You wouldn't have people in Congress for 35 years.
You probably wouldn't have them in Congress for 35 minutes.
It's going to kill me because I can't think of the names of the two, but there were two congressmen back. This is like in the 1850s. And they
had a duel?
No, they didn't have a duel.
Oh. Okay.
One guy, basically they were going back and forth over slavery issues, and one guy got so angry he took his cane and he beat the other one down with it, just like beat him down in Congress, just like clubbed the fuck out of him and left, just like, I'm done, fuck you, and just walked out. I mean, I think they made him come back and apologize.
Oh, well, I'm sure the other guy felt much better.
Well, that's one of those things, like, there's a whole group of people who are like, that's horrible, he did that. There's also a whole another group who are like, man, I'm glad that he did that. Fuck that guy, he deserved it.
Yeah.
That's like in the old statistics department I was in, there's this one old woman who's been there forever. I mean, she's gonna die in the fucking building. They're gonna have to roll her body out because she ain't gonna retire. But she's horrible. Like, she's so mean. Nobody likes her. And years ago, during one of the faculty meetings, they always have one student from the stats club who sits in and kind of reports to the students what was said in the faculty meeting. Mm-hmm. This other guy who's super awkward and weird, just out of nowhere got so frustrated with her, just stood up and called her a bitch.
Wow.
And I know the guy who is in the room who's a student, and he said it wasn't so much that people were like, I can't believe he called her a bitch. It was more like, I can't believe he said bitch in this meeting. It was like, we all know she's a bitch. I can't believe you said it here in the meeting. So I think they
said it at the bar when we were all drinking lately.
Yeah, exactly. But
we all do.
I'm pretty sure they made him apologize to her.
That's like a thing in Japan. Like, you're allowed to talk so much shit about your boss to your boss's face as long as you're drinking somewhere. Like, if you're out drinking, you can say whatever you want. You'd be like, you're a piece of shit and you ruined so many people's lives. And then they all just laugh, fuck you. And then you get to work the next day and you don't talk about any of the shit that happened the night before. That's like a legit thing that happens.
That's the whole salaryman mentality of it, which is fucking horrible. Like, it's not good to be a salaryman, but like, it's one of those things where you don't leave. You're there at the office before your boss is there, and you don't leave until he leaves. That might mean that you're not doing fuck all, but you're sitting there until he leaves. And if he says, let's go out drinking, you go out drinking. You don't have a choice.
I don't know if I could be a salary man. I'd much rather be a carrot man because it just tastes better with my wings.
Boom. Thank you. Well, so I guess then you don't need to change the name of your band, Evan. I guess it fits.
Are you sure, man? Because I was really considering the fluffy happy bunnies.
Well, maybe when you release an album, you should put like a little note, like what the name means, like disclaimer, world defines it, blah 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 blah.
He's a goddamn artist. If you have to explain it, it's not worth it. What kind of Philistine are you?
I already said I don't have any musical talent. I don't know, and I'm not from Philadelphia. I'm from Macon.
We had a list, and it's so funny. Every time I start a band, I have like a list of like 100 names that I'm just like, oh, these are cool. But then I take him to the rest of my band members who aren't anywhere near as nerdy as me, and like 75 of them are gone. It's like, we're not naming the band Kenshiro. Okay, we are not going to be Fist of the North Star because that's already another band. God damn it!
Yeah, but considering like who is in your band, like I figured maybe like Jacob would be okay with half of them.
Yeah. Jacob would be okay with about half of them, but Clay not so much. He's like, I don't watch that shit. I don't have time to do that. I got to go up to the bar.
You don't destroy the world either, asshole. Why world am I?
Yeah.
I just need
Kenshiro has to deal with the world being destroyed. It counts.
Clay just seems like the angriest guy ever.
Pay Shane to be my assistant at all
Am
times.
I going to be your anger translator?
Yes, like the fucking Obama skit on Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah, no, it's not Saturday Night Live. It's on Key and Peele.
Key and Peele, yeah.
No, but I'll say Clay seems like the angriest little guy ever.
Oh, he totally is. He's getting a little bit better though. We're rubbing off on him.
Because like
No wonder.
Yeah. I'll just see him there when a few times I've been to back porch and he's there and he's just like seething, just like growling under his voice.
He has the male version of resting bitch face, and usually he is angry.
Okay.
And it's always stupid shit. He'll be like for instance, after the show, we went out to IHOP and we got some food, and the guy that went with us, Frankie, he didn't bring any money with him. He just assumed that Clay was me were gonna pay for his food, which is shitty and stupid, but it's not worth being frustrated about. So after we drop him off, Clay's just like, I can't believe that little motherfucker. How dare he? I'm like, dude, it's okay. You didn't pay for it. I did. But still, man, this is just so fucking wrong. How could I'm like, dude, you didn't lose any money, and I'm not mad about it, and I paid for it. He's like, but it's still wrong. I'm like, Clay, just go home and play some fucking Call of Duty or something. Gee. He's like a little green Hulk without the super strength.
He's in another band, isn't he?
Yes, Grinchfinger. Grindcore band.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a story.
Also, before we switch, I have to say, he's got a job that he was born to do. Because Clay talks like this all the time. Hey, guys, how you doing? Mm-hmm. And he got a job hosting karaoke one night out of the week. And I'm like, the stars aligned for that motherfucker. That is the most perfect. Hey, everybody, don't forget to tip the bartender. We got Jimmy coming up singing Fallout Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen him doing karaoke up there. All right, then. Well, let's move along. We have a story to discuss. So, I think we've had talks before on here about gender roles and terms for gender and stuff like that, because we talked about the 50 terms that Facebook was allowing for you to describe whatever.
50 Shades of Gay?
Yeah, basically. I mean, they basically, it's either you're a boy or a girl, but they took it into 50 other things. So
I broke it down to 2. You either want a dick in you or you don't.
Yeah, pretty much. And well, the thing is that like Target recently, and gender neutrality is this thing that's going on. And sometimes I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't see the big deal. And other times I'm like, okay, I kind of see where you're coming from with some stuff. Well, Target announced that they were going to become gender neutral with their toys. And now when I first heard that, I was like, does that mean they're not going to sell like Barbies and they're not going to sell, toys that are distinctly boy toys? No. All it means is they're not going to have a sign that says girl toys and a sign that says boy toys.
Yeah, it's no big deal at all.
And people lost their fucking shit over it.
Of course they did.
And they didn't know where to find it because there were no fucking signs.
Yeah, they couldn't find the toilet. They didn't know which one to go into.
So my first thought was like, listen, if you can't tell the difference between the boys' toys and the girls' toys by which one's is in an aisle full of fucking pink, I doubt you can read a fucking sign anyway. So what does that difference make,
No kidding.
Well, someone else evidently didn't really think, he didn't care for the way people were responding to Target. So he made a special account on Facebook that's called Ask for Help. And he made his icon the Target icon. But he is not affiliated with Target.
Nope.
But so what he would do is he would go on to Target's Facebook page and see where people had said things to him, and then he would comment, and they were pretty snarky. and they were pretty amazing.
Some of them were great.
Yes.
The genius one was like, I'm tired of the pussification of America. And he's like, oh, we at Target understand that some people don't like that we're being nice. So in the future, we will endeavor to not be as nice. So please take your complaint, write it on a piece of paper, roll it up, and stick it up your behind.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, that's exactly what they were asking for.
Exactly. Yeah.
So somebody was like, and I used to love shopping at Target. Bye-bye. His response, don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you, Debbie. The best part, though, is when people respond to it because they don't realize that it's not real. Because the thing is, like, if you look at any major company or person like Target on Facebook and on Twitter, they'll have something that shows they're verified to actually be.
A little check mark.
Yeah, and on Facebook, it's a blue check mark that's right next to Target. It says, we're verified. He's not verified. But people don't know that. These are usually people who probably can't
Don't
even
shop
breathe.
at Target.
No, I'm sure they shop at Target because they don't shop at Walmart because they feel it's higher class to shop at Target. That's why.
I'll tell you what it is. They don't think in the first place. That's why they have these stupid-ass opinions.
That's right.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That's true.
So, I mean, there's some great ones. Like, here's another. And the thing is, like, most of them are from, like, if you look at the pictures of the Facebook profiles of the people they respond to, like, they scream Tea Partier or crazy conservative religious person or something like that. But one of them, let's see, Judy Alley Carter, so from Black Hawk, California, says, I've been a loyal consumer forever, sometimes shopping there 2 times a week. If you change everything into gender neutral, you'll have lost a customer. I read you also also let me add this. Most of these people have the worst fucking grammar in the whole world. So
Yeah.
it's not me misreading, it's me being confused by their horrible grammar. She says, I read you also condoning Sharia law in Michigan. Shame on you. This is America. His response, Judy, we at Target would like to say one thing. Allah Akbar. You know?
God, I love it so much.
It
thing
is wonderful.
He got away with this for 16 hours. And the thing is, like, he sat there for 16 hours doing it. And the guy's interviewed, he's like, yeah, I just, whatever. Didn't have anything else to do. So I decided to just go on there and say some stuff. So
let's just take a moment and just be grateful for the top shelf 5-star mischief this man has displayed. Because we live in a world full of hearing about news reports where people get their heads blown off or their cars on fire. This dude took 16 hours of his day to make other people laugh at stupid people. I'm glad to be alive in this day and age.
yeah. It's pretty amazing. I mean, like, he just nails some of these people. And like I said, the best ones are the ones where people are just like, wow, really? That's some great customer service.
Or even better is the ones where it's like, you might think that you're funny, but I have forwarded your complaint to Target. He's like, no. Please don't do that. I was just kidding. And he went along with it. And you know that people were just like, yeah, I showed him. And he's sitting on the other side of the computer. Fucking asshole.
I used to love the people, too, who are all like, well, I'm not shopping there anymore. I'm going to Walmart. I mean, okay. Go to Walmart. Like, I don't really think that, like, probably the small group of people who are really freaked out by this or really even know about it are going to make a big difference by not shopping at Target and going to Walmart.
And make it a better experience at Target if they don't go there.
Yeah. I know, right?
Because what if I walk by them and say something that they don't like and they just flip out like they don't listen? I mean, now let me say, I've seen the type of people that I would see where you would react that way.
Yeah.
Where they would flip out. You'd just be like, I'm so tired of this stupid bullshit with the gender shit. So much so that I had to be careful that I don't become the opposite of it.
Yeah.
Because it gets to the point, like, because when I first saw that headline about the Target thing going gender neutral, I was like, oh boy. Then I clicked on it. I was like, let me at least read it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was my thing when I first saw it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, that doesn't even make sense. Why would you do this? And then when I saw all it was not putting up signs, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Come on. Why are you freaking out over that?
Yes, that's nothing. I thought they were like, no one can call anybody he or she in our store. Fuck you. I thought that's what they were talking. If it's going to be a headline, I expect it to be something like that. It's like, fuck you. It's fucking English language. I'm just going to use it.
And the thing is,
Calm down.
People were acting like somebody was protesting to make them do this. This was a choice that they actively made. The other thing is that, like, Target, unlike Walmart, which is based out of some hillbilly area, Target's based out of, like, fucking Minnesota, so they're fairly progressive when it comes to stuff. You know, they have made some pretty horrible calls on things, but they've also, because of that, started changing the things they'll do. You know?
Let me point out something here. Most of the people that you see talking about how this is wrong and they're alienating customers and it's not the right thing to do are the same people that complain about how other people keep them from making decisions that should be held in the private sector, that companies should be able to make whatever decision they want.
Yeah.
But as soon as a company makes a decision that they don't agree with, they're like, that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're a fucking hypocrite. How can you not realize?
There's nothing more hypocritical about the people who are like, this PC culture bullshit where everybody's being super nice to everybody. He makes a joke that offends them. It's like, I'm reporting to Target. How dare you say something that's offensive?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you dumb shit?
These are all the people that when Chick-fil-A, the owner of Chick-fil-A came out that he was against gay marriage and all that stuff. These are the people who are standing in, like, the 2-hour lines to get Chick-fil-A to show their support. But the moment another company does something they don't like, they're like, fuck you. So
You got. If you're going to make a law that prohibits people from interfering in the activities of businesses, you have to stand by the law whether you agree with it or not.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, you should in theory. Okay.
Let me explain this to you, Evan. You don't understand. What's the country that we're in?
The United States of Theocracy. Excuse me, the oligarchy of America.
It's America, right?
Okay.
And they're what kind of laws if you're in America? American laws.
No, they're Christian.
No, they're American laws. And if you're not a real American, it doesn't apply to you. See? That's how it works.
Now,
does that mean I don't have to follow them?
Yes, it does. You don't have to
Nice.
follow them at all because you're a horrible, evil person. And we're all just going to string you up anyway. So it's not like we have to worry about you following law. You can't follow law if you're not American. That means you're automatically evil.
Now, I just want to point something out. Unless you're a real American, you don't belong here, is what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
So we all need to act like Hulk Hogan.
I knew it. I knew it. The moment you said real American, that I heard the song play in my head. I was like, I know where he's
Imagine
going
how
with
great
this.
it would be if we just like walked outside and ripped our shirts like everyone and just
No,
just
God, that'd
started
get
pointing at cars and
expensive.
shaking our heads and like flexing. And
Think of how expensive that would get if you had to buy like new shirts like every week because you'd be ripping all your shirts in half.
So I have some shirts that are really old. And they started to come apart and they kept ripping. And so, of course, I'm like, well. And of course I do it. Sing it when I do it, of course. Singing that I'm a real American. That's like,
I don't think
God,
there's
that was
one
worth
person who knows Hulk Hogan who has not tried to rip their own shirt before.
it. It usually doesn't work unless your shirt is old or cheap.
You have to have the collar ripped. That's because I
Yeah.
noticed that he cuts them. Because like when I was a kid, I'd be like, how does he do it? Man, he's strong. Then I noticed that he cut the collar, and I cut my collar, and I was like, I'm a Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, he either cuts the collar or they don't have collars at all, so it doesn't have that like thick weave around that edge where it'd be hard
He
to
had
rip.
some kind of weird, I don't know what kind of material shirt anyway that he ripped. It was not a regular shirt.
But so, with the Target stuff, Target, like I said, 16 hours after the guy did it, it got it taken down. Well, then Target posted the next day a picture of two of those, you know those old troll dolls with the hair?
The hair, yeah.
They posted a picture of two of them standing together and basically said, remember when trolls were the kings of the world? Woohoo, they're back and only at Target stores now.
That was fucking rest.
That is awesome.
But I was like, well, now Target wins.
Yeah, so people are like, I don't know if this is Target basically saying like, yeah, we acknowledge it and we support it, or if it just happened to be, it coincided with it.
Yes.
No, somebody at Target is a genius.
Yeah, they're like, we can just say that it coincided because it's just troll dolls. But the real demographic will understand.
I remember when those troll dolls became big again when I was a kid, because like they started, I guess, like in the 60s or 70s. My mom said, I remember having those when I was a kid. We used to call them damn it dolls. What? That's what I said. What? She's like, yeah. And she had one. She picked it up and she grabbed it and she shook it. She was shaking it as hard as she kept saying, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. And her hair starts flailing as you do. She's like, so you do it when you're really angry.
Oh.
Dude, you could have damn it anything. You could have damn it like dogs.
Damn it,
It's like the dog craps on the floor and you pick it up. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
I don't think you're supposed to do
You can
that.
have damn it bosses. It's like, okay, here's a stupid maneuver that everybody has to do because somebody higher up decided to do it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. You know this shit isn't going to work. Damn it, damn it, damn it.
That reminds me of an old role-playing game. There's this evil company that would make all these different crazy products.
Pentex?
Pentex, yeah. And the game was White Wolf's World of Darkness. It was the werewolf games where they were usually at. But one of the things in the Pentex big book they had of crazy items and companies and subsidiaries they had was they had made a doll. And when the little girl would hold it, it would start crying. And you would try to comfort it. And the more you would comfort it, the more it would cry. And it wouldn't stop crying until you actually shook the doll in anger to make it shut up. And so what it was doing was it was actually meant to teach little girls how to abuse children. I was like, damn, that is fucking dark, but great.
Yeah.
So that's what I imagine, like, what you're wanting, Evan, is you're wanting something that basically just, you want to be angry, but you don't want to, like, put it on what it needs to be put on, so you just want something you can just shake, just shake it until it's basically dead or limp.
No, that was my explanation of what it possibly could be. What I want, since we're going to be real Americans, I want our president to be Mr. America. From 2003, I believe it was, when Hulk Hogan came back, but nobody knew it was him because he had a mask with an American flag on it, and he had blue trunks, and he was Mr. America, and he would do the pose, and they'd be like, who is this mysterious man?
Now, was this one of those things where, like, everyone knew who it was, but, like...
Yes, of course. Because at this time in our society, Hulk Hogan is not fit to serve. Because he's made some mistakes. But you know who has it? Mr. America. Mr. America is still intact. He is the most patriotic thing that we could ever have. Could you imagine how much easier it would be for life? Like you have like a bully at school. All you got to do is you pick him up and body slam him. Then you run and you jump off the fucking the school trailer wall and bounce back off of it and you do the big ass leg drop.
I've seen that happen a few times. It does work.
That's what I'm talking about.
What you mean when, like, the person being bullied just snaps?
Yes.
It does
Those are hilarious.
Does the Zangief pile driver?
That was so great.
That was a good one. What always kills me when I see those videos are the kids who are, like, these tiny little shits picking on these people who are, like, they're awkward, but they're, like, a lot bigger than them, and then the big guy just fucking waylays them, and you watch his other friends, the little kids' friends, they don't do shit. They watch their friend get their ass beat.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they're like, no, man, stop, leave him alone. You know, trying to get the big guy off of, like, murdering their friend in school.
The best ones for that are the ones where, like, the people are going along minding their own business, and, like, the actual fight in the video is, like, 10 seconds long, but the video is, like, 4 minutes long where he's fucking with them constantly.
Yeah.
And this is what I imagine. Like, I see them, you know, like, what you gonna do about it? But what in my head is what I hear is like, dude, kick my ass.
Yeah.
Kick my ass, dude. Dude, I'm
tired of
asking
talking
you.
shit.
Kick my ass, please. And they finally like, fine, I will kick your ass. And then they do.
Did you guys ever see the one where it's like this little skinny white guy and there's all these thugs around him talking shit, and all of a sudden he flips a switch and he's like, and he pulls like
Oh,
this
yeah.
crazy
Knocks that
kung
person
fu
out,
pose.
yes.
I was like, oh man. As soon as you see him get all serious and hit that pose like he's in an anime, it's over.
I have seen that.
There's one that I always think of, which was, it's on a subway in New York City, and there's these 3 black girls, and they're sitting there, and they're just being loud and obnoxious to everybody, and they're getting in this one black guy's face, like they're getting, and just talking shit to him, and being so rude, and this one girl just keeps getting in his face, and he kind of like, another person, you know, is like, leave him alone, leave him alone, leave him alone. And she's like, whatever. And she keeps calling him names. And finally she kind of pushes him. And then that's when he just hauls off and he slaps the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Like, so hard. Like, she spins into the chair. And then, of course, all her friends freak out. Like, I can't believe you just hit her. And everybody else is just like, I can't, you know. She fucking deserved it. But man,
I
that
love that
dude
dude.
slapped the shit out of her so hard. Like the sound just reverberated. But it was one of those ones that's like, I don't condone like beating a woman, but that bitch needed her ass beaten. If no one else is gonna do it, I'm glad somebody slapped the shit out of her. Maybe knock some sense into her.
That's the thing that people forget. They have the is ought fallacy. It's like these are things that people should do, and they think that means they will do it.
Yeah.
And that's like, I've been told that you shouldn't hit women. That means I can do whatever I want, and I'm perfectly free. Oh shit, I've been slapped.
Yeah.
You guys remember that meme where it's like the satisfaction of slapping a hoe, and it's got like this 1950s picture of this guy slapping a woman, and he's just smiling like he just went on a picnic. He's like, I'll put that up on the Offenders Facebook. It's fucking great. It's so funny.
Awesome.
It's like the intro to Longest Yard, the original one. Do you guys remember that? With Burt Reynolds? Like, he's like walking in, this girl's yelling at him. She's like, "Don't you drive my car, you're a piece of shit." And she's just talking, and he's just hanging out. He's just like, "Whatever, you're crazy." And then all of a sudden, she starts hitting him. Well, he grabs her by the throat and holds her up against the wall. And I'm like, this shit ain't going to happen these days. I'm surprised this shit's still even available for people to look at. But that woman went crazy. She was yelling and accosting him. And Burt Reynolds, he's not quite Sean Connery. But he's getting there. Sean Connery was the last person who could actually get away with slapping a woman.
Oh,
He's the
yeah.
last person in the world.
Yeah.
He
'Cause,
discussed
like, even
that
if
with
that
Barbara
happened-
Walters. He discussed in an interview. She was like, "Do you think that a woman a man should be able to hit a woman?" He says, "Yes, sometimes."
They're always
It
trying to
depends
get
on
the
what's
last
going
word.
on. I mean, jokes aside, if someone's trying to beat your ass, like, what if, because, you know, I'm very tall. I'm taller than most people. If
6'5"?
someone half my size, that's a guy, starts punching me and hitting me and shit, I'm going to knock the shit out of him. And that's just the same as hitting a woman. Someone smaller than weaker than you is smaller than weaker than you.
That's self-defense, though. If somebody attacks you, it's self-defense. It doesn't matter if it's a man or woman. The law's still going to see it as self-defense.
Sometimes in some places.
Well, I mean,
That sounds like something a sexist would say, Kyle.
no, that sounds like something somebody who knows the law is going to say. If they're witnesses to it, then they're like, yeah, she started it. Most of the time, they're going to be like, okay. I mean, it's different, though, like, if there's no one around. It depends on who it comes down to. I mean, really it does. I'm not going to lie about that. If there's no one around and it's just like one person's claiming one thing. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, if you're defending yourself, it doesn't matter who the fuck it is they come at you.
Some people don't think that. Let's ask Twitter what they think about hitting a woman no matter what.
Yeah, but those people don't matter because they're fucking Twitter. They don't.
Yes,
people,
but here's the thing. People say that. There are humans on the other side of the screen that are saying that.
They
It's
don't-
not like that there's a Twitter robot somewhere. It's
yes,
like, hey,
there's humans
send
on the
this in
other side of the
space.
screen, though, who aren't going out, and most of them aren't saying the shit in public because they know that they're going to get some shit said to them. They say it on. They have
100% on that.
big fucking nuts on the internet. They have no fucking nuts in person. It's like
Because,
that scene in Snatch where Bullet Tooth Tony's talking about big balls and little balls, and they're the little balls people. They have real big balls on the internet, but the moment they get out in the real world, their fucking balls shrivel up to raisins. They don't say shit. And the ones who do say shit are the ones who probably going to start shit and need to be slapped.
Yeah.
The fucking social justice warriors.
It's like that's one. Like, I love the internet. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love the internet. But one thing that has happened is it has caused people to have this false sense of bravado and righteousness while they're by themselves anonymously in front of a computer. They will talk all kinds of shit and say the meanest, most vicious things, you know, in the name of righteousness. But you get them in public, they're not going to have that conversation. They're just going to sit there because they're afraid that somebody's going to tell them they're wrong. But if they can just leave some shit that makes them feel better for 2 seconds and walk away from it, that's what they're going to do.
I was reading an article, this is probably 2 months ago, and Jerry Seinfeld was talking about this, and he said that comedians used to love to go do college campuses. Like, that was a great venue, was to play a college campus. They're like, not anymore. They're like, because you don't know what you're going to say that's going to set someone off. You know, he's like, so they just don't, he's like, most comedians now won't do a college campus.
That's so retarded.
Because, like,
It's stupid.
imagine, like, Dane Cook and his level of comedy coming to a college campus now. That would never fly.
Here's a big problem that people have. Nobody's saying you don't have the right to be offended. That's totally legit. If you hear a joke and it offends you, be offended. But you have to realize you're at a place where that is normal. And people go there to pay money to hear things like that because they enjoy it. It doesn't mean that they're hateful people. It just means that they're listening to a joke. Now, if you go to this guy's Twitter and it's like, I can't believe you said that, or you try to keep him from getting more dates for doing what he's been doing the whole time, then you're the asshole, not the guy who told the offensive joke.
That's something that really irritates me. It's these people going to places for things they don't like and want them to be different. And so it's like I went to the comic book convention. Yes, there are all these women in skimpy costumes there. I didn't like it. Why the fuck did you go? Why did you go? Why are you there? It's like, you know what I don't like? Violent video games. Don't play Call of Duty, asshole. Go play something else. What's wrong with you?
I could not hear the comment in Shane's sentence. Play Call of Duty, asshole.
There was no comment.
That's a game that everybody would play. You just go on there and talk shit to everybody. But I think that's, like, not to get too deep, but I think that's the problem. Everybody's spending all their time looking for shit that pisses them off instead of looking for shit that they enjoy or makes them feel better. You know, shit's always going to happen, but if you spend your day like, what can I be upset about today? Well, you're just going to add to more people being upset in the long run. So why don't you just instead go out for a fucking walk? You know, play Super Mario Brothers 3, one of the greatest games ever made. You know, there's so many things that you could do instead of being an asshole.
They treat those poor animals terribly in that. Then you see the PETA game. What's wrong with you?
You know, that kind of thing makes me think too is stuff on Facebook. Like there'll be people who I'll know in real life, and then I won't friend them for a while on Facebook. And like in real life, like, oh, they're funny and we have great conversations and stuff like that. But then when on Facebook, it's all this negative stuff and all this stuff. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to see your gripe book. And that's when I'm like, I just block them. I'm like, because I don't want to see this stuff. I'd rather, it's just not worth it to hear you constantly bitch about everything and just like drag everything down.
I was having that conversation with Ryan because we were talking about how like people identify with facets of their personality. Mm-hmm. It's like, I am anger. I am depression.
Mm-hmm.
You're so much more than that. You're like, you're all encompassing. There's so many things that make up a human being, but people get stuck. It's like being intoxicated by an emotion. And all of a sudden they'll just be like, you know what? I am anger. Anger is everything. And it's like, no, you're not. I understand that you get angry. Things that can happen will make you angry, but you're not anger. And people somehow forget that. They forget this gigantic being of awesomeness that they are for this small facet.
People identify with everything. That's why they have, it's like, well, let's say I am a liberal. Mm-hmm. Don't listen to that guy. He's a Republican. He just told me not to bash my head into a saw blade. Should I not listen to him because he's fucking conservative? That's fucking stupid. It's like, what's wrong with you? He's not automatically wrong because he is something.
Yeah, there's a lot of atheists like that too. It's like, let's go eat somewhere here. I can't eat there because it's run by a Christian group and their money just goes to Christian stuff. Well, no, I'm sure their money
anywhere.
I'm sure their money actually goes to actually probably buying food for them to eat also and paying their employees and other shit like that. That's
all the
fine.
Employees ain't Christian. They just need a job.
Yeah. That's like when all that stuff talking about Chick-fil-A again came out. Most of the people who are known at Chick-fil-A were gay. So it's like, I remember asking a few of them, it's like, what do you feel? They're like, I don't care. It's still a job.
It's like Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Those people pay $15 an hour starting out. If I didn't have the job, I would be at Hobby Lobby so fucking quick. And anybody who knows me knows I am not for organized religion. I don't agree with it. But you know what I do agree with? A company that pays a really good wage for somebody to show up and do their job.
Yeah.
If you're going to avoid all places where anybody's ever done something you don't agree with, you're never going anywhere.
Yeah.
You might as well just live in the mountains.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
What was that fucking... Do you guys remember the movie Dirty Work?
Oh, that was the one with
Norm Macdonald?
Norm Macdonald, yes.
There's one scene where Don Rickles is just going down the line insulting everybody. He walks up to Norm Macdonald and is like, why don't you just buy a horse and move to the mountains? Don't bother anybody. And I was like, that is such a weird insult. But the more I thought about it, I was like, God, this applies to a lot of people I know. Just go to the mountains and don't bother anybody. Hell, I should even do that sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like in people. I don't know. People just get so irritated about the dumbest stuff too.
That's
Like going
true.
to a bar and being like, "It's so loud in here." Yeah, you're at a fucking bar. What do you expect?
See, now that's the thing. Sometimes I think like that. You know what I do? I don't go.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you want to go to a concert? Well, the music might be all right, but I can just listen to the music at home. I'm not actually going to dance around. I'm one of those people who stand on the wall, so I'm really just being people's way. And the only thing I would do is hang out with people there, which I can't hear them because of the music, so I won't go.
Now, you guys are forgetting one situation where loud music in a bar is not appropriate. When you're going to become a lawyer and you have to take the bar exam, you don't want Cannibal Corpse playing right over your shoulder.
I mean, it might help you.
That's right.
Well, what might help Evan Jones won't help everybody else.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Yeah, exactly. Not everybody else can eat. Oh, man, yesterday at work, I've been going to this place called Fresh Market, and they sell these cookies, right? And the cookies have, like, coffee made into the cookie dough. I ate 5 of them by myself.
Nice.
People are like, you're going to give yourself diabetes. I'm like, nope, because I run all the time. This fuels me to run even more. Whereas most people get fuel from this to sit on the couch, I get fuel to go out and kick my own ass.
It's also,
so for me,
yeah.
it helps.
It's also not like you're sitting down and you're eating a pack of cookies and then drinking like a 2 liter of soda and then eating a bag of gummy worms followed by some M&Ms with some more cookies.
Yeah.
So that's like
I'm just like 5 cookies and I'm like, oh my God. That was so good. I'm done.
Yesterday after I woke up, I was telling the guys beforehand, I was hung the fuck over yesterday. So like, you two don't know this because you don't drink, but sometimes after you drink, when you're hungover, you get what they call the dads.
Yeah, you mentioned that last show.
Yeah. The day after drinking shits.
That's great.
It's basically just your body is just like, get it all out, and it's going out one way or another. So like around about 2, I'm like, God, I am starving. I have not eaten anything all day. And so I'll look in my refrigerator, look at my freezer. I'm like, I bought this pizza like 3 weeks ago. I'm going to cook it. I ate the whole fucking thing. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
That was great. But you know what? I won't do anything like that again for a while. So.
That's because you're responsible, Kyle.
It's because I've gained willpower when it comes to food. See, this is the thing, like with you and the cookies. See, I wouldn't have bought the cookies to begin with. And the reason I wouldn't isn't because I don't want them. It's because if I have them, I will eat all of them, and then I want more, and I'll go buy more, and I'll eat all of them. So, like,
It's
if I want a
different for
cookie,
everybody.
I'll just go to, like, the cookie shop downtown and get a single cookie and be like, that was great. If I want another cookie, now I have to walk all the way downtown to get this motherfucker. So it's like, it's not worth the effort. Or, well, at least I'm doing some exercise to go get this fucking cookie anyways.
Yeah,
So,
that's good, man. That's really good.
or it's like when I drink. Like, I went and I drank a lot on Friday night. I was like, well, I don't drink like this often. I usually maybe at most have a drink or 2 on like a Friday afternoon. I was like, well, it's the last Friday before the semester starts. I'll go kind of ham. And I was like, well, and I'm kind of celebrating because I completed several goals I had for fitness stuff. So let's fuck it up right now and just ruin it. Just ruin everything I did. So.
Like, dude, like I realize that I have a problem. That's why I don't drink. Like when Fist of the North Star 2 came out for Xbox 360, literally all I did was wake up, eat some food, take a dump, play the game, go running, come back home, take a shower, play the game, go to work, come back home, play the game. One day I just didn't even go to work. I was like, hey, I haven't played hooky this year. Time to do it. And I played the game all fucking day long. The only responsibility I gave myself was like, I have a goal to run every day, every year. I can't fuck this up. So I would go out and run, but the whole time I'd be like, fuck, I need to get back home so I can beat the shit out of, I need to get Toki on my game so I can just start on all his levels. So I realized if I drank like some fucking Midori melon shit that looks like predator blood and it was delicious, I'd be like, just put me in a dumpster right now.
And see, that's good because some people, they don't realize that. Like, I have a friend up here who, she was not a big drinker and she started kind of drinking and then she realized like she was getting out of control with it. And so she's like now very conscious of what she drinks because of that. Like she wasn't to the point where like she's vomiting on her friends at like a concert and then vomiting in her apartment all over the place. But she was like
drinking another shot and going, woo!
Yeah. Fucking drunk bastard.
He turned into Yosemite. Shut up.
But so she realized, my drinking might be a little out of control right now. I should scale it back a bit. Same thing with the eating. She was like, we were going out to eat all the time, and one of our other friends who just moved away, when he would go out, he's one of these people that'd be like, give me 2 pizzas. He'd eat it all, and then would lose weight. You know, that's just
awesome.
the way he was. He just
Good for him.
couldn't gain weight. But like, of course, when we go out with him, and we're like, okay, sure, yeah. I mean, we're eating and drinking like he's eating and drinking. And if I'm not like that, and she's not either. So she's like, now that he's gone, she's like, I need to get back to being situated. And I was like, yeah, I agree. So like, that's kind of the thing we kind of help each other with now. So
I couldn't convince myself to drink because my reasoning is, like I usually say, is this one. I make enough dumb decisions when I'm sober. And then on top of it, what if I go out and I'm hanging out and I drink and have a really good time and I get really drunk and I don't remember it? Well, now I lost progress. I don't even know what the fuck happened.
Yo, let me take this back to like 1995 on AOL. The reason that Shane doesn't drink is because the fucking Megadeth song said, I'm in trouble for all the things I haven't got to yet. That shit was his personal quote on his AOL.
It was my personal quote on my AOL. It's probably still there.
Oh, God.
I don't get that, but okay.
It's from a Megadeth song called Sweating Bullets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, not Sweating Bullets.
Sweating Bullets, that's it.
Are you sure? Yeah, it was Sweating Bullets. I always get it mixed up with the first song, but it's on Countdown to Extinction. It's fucking... Dude, if you get a minute, just watch the video. He's like walking around a jail cell with like a jail cell with like doubles of himself, and he's like, "Hello, me, meet the real me." And it's fucking great, man. It's so funny. Yep.
Interesting.
What was your personal quote on your AOL member profile, Kyle?
I don't even know. Let me look. I still have it.
Yeah, go look.
I truthfully may not have had one.
I used to go to those websites like on Angel Fire, and it's like how to turn the font color and background of your AOL member profile to black and green. I'd spend 10 minutes putting these little codes in there just so I could make my shit look like a Typo Negative album cover and be all black and green.
AOL. God, doesn't that bring you back to, all right, let me get on AOL. Can't connect. Fuck. All lines are busy.
Oh my God! I'd have like all the phone numbers in the area that I could just keep trying over and over again.
And then you'd sign on. The first thing you would do is you'd go in a chat room and you'd be like / roll sides 20 - die 2 or something like that.
No, see, I never really used chat rooms. I'm not gonna lie. The first thing I did that when I got the internet, I downloaded Napster, and it's never stopped since that day.
Yeah.
Never stopped.
Good choice.
Because I remember, like, that's why I wanted the internet. It's like, oh my God, I want all this stuff, and so I can just get it from the internet. That sounds amazing.
Nah, dude, I would go in there. I'd have like, because back in the day, if you had AOL, you could have like 6 screen names.
Oh yeah.
And for me, that meant 2 regular email addresses and 4 role playing characters.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh shit, I forgot to update this thing in this other chat room. So you'd sign on as your other guy, and you go in and like you'd kiss the girl and tell her goodnight or whatever.
I put on my wizard robe and
That's exactly what you would do. And you go in there and you'd be like, don't you ever mix with the Phoenix Clan again, you motherfucker. And then you sign back on and you come back in and you go back to eating your porridge in the fucking corner watching everybody mysteriously.
God.
Those were the fucking
AOL
days.
days.
Yep.
When shit was so slow, do you remember, well, other people, but Evan will know. You remember when Final Fantasy VII had first came out?
Yeah.
And you make the horrible mistake of putting that song into the folder where someone could play it, and someone would play it in the chat room, they'd use that command, and your computer would just fucking lock up.
You just hear and your computer is just like, oh, motherfucker, we got to get ready. You know, they'd be doing push-ups in there, realizing they have a fucking world of hurt in front of them.
Oh man.
God,
It was like, I don't even know what that sign is called. It's like the little squiggly line, and then the S, and then you type the name of the WAV file.
Was it Sephiroth's song?
Yes.
One Winged Angel.
And it was impossible for your computer to play quickly.
And it's great because it's just a MIDI file too, so it's not even like that. It's like they're super small. That's what.
No, this one was a wave. That's why.
Oh, it was a
And
wave.
it was huge because it had the singing and everything in it.
Jesus. That was one of those things like I used to. That's just like a troll thing you really do in a chat room. I used to do something like that using like Mumble or TeamSpeak when I would go play video games with groups of people. You could have it where it would say a message when you would come into a room. And so I would make mine, I would just hit backslash like 100 times. And the way it reads that is it actually says backslash. It'd be like backslash, 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 back. Or I'd have it go backslash, forward slash, backslash, forward slash. And then like it would just go and go. And then in the middle, I would have it say penis. So it'd be like backslash, forward slash, backslash. It's like a minute of this until you hear penis, backslash, forward slash. And I remember people would be getting so angry, and then that would happen. And they'd be like, oh, ha, ha, that's funny, that's great. And then it goes on for another minute. And they're angry again.
And then about 4 minutes later, it becomes funny again, magically. It's like, just joking. I can't believe he's still doing it.
Yeah. Because it'd be really great if you entered a room and it was like they're all in their rating, they're all serious, like, all right, guys, I need you to be on that. Who the fuck? Who the fuck is that?
I know Ryan did it too. Right square bracket, left square
That's
bracket.
it, right square bracket, left square bracket.
Right square bracket, left square bracket.
And you know he's sitting on the other side.
What's funny is he did it a couple of times, and after that, he entered the room. It's like right square bracket, left square bracket. Just kidding. Yeah, and that's what it came in as. I was like, that one's actually pretty good.
It's good stuff, man.
Oh man, you know, talking about too, like making the sites look a certain way. I never used MySpace.
No.
And I hate it. I had a MySpace so I could go look at others, but I hated it because like I felt MySpace was everybody's way of making something super tacky and obnoxious.
Yeah.
You would go there and it would just be like every page was completely different looking, and they were all like these ugly fucking colors, and then like they would all have some fucking song that would just start blaring the moment you went to their page. I'm just like, what is this shit? So I was like, I hate this. I don't want one of these because of that.
That might have been true for everybody else, but let me tell you why mine was awesome. Because I had a still shot from one of the greatest scenes from one of the most little-known animes that were great, called Labyrinth of Flames. And it's basically about this Russian guy who wants to be a samurai, but he's an idiot. Well, there's this one scene where he has to fight against this girl, and you just see like this giant sunburst background, and he's standing, holding his sword, pointing it towards her, and he has a huge fucking boner because she is so hot. So it's like the sword's pointing one way, his dick's pointing the other way. And I was like, this is manhood. Fighting and sex. This is Evan Jones. And that was my picture on everything. And it eventually got reported. I was like, you fucking asshole, you just don't understand the brilliance that was displayed. Like that one picture sums up my life. Fighting and boners. But I've grown. No.
Fighting boners?
Yeah.
That actually might
that would
sum
be
it up
Legend
more.
of the Overfiend.
We have fighting boners.
No, I don't mean like fighting with your boner. I mean like fighting a boner, like you don't want it, like you're fighting it. Like, I don't need this right now, and you're struggling.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I know she's got an axe and all, but that ass.
That's a daily struggle. You just don't even.
Oh, God.
Whew. Especially like if you go to Whitewater or something, it's just like look at the fucking ground right now. Think about cockroaches and razor blades.
You could not survive here right now, Evan. I'll tell you that right now. Because it's nothing but like I was driving down. It's called Millage Avenue. It's the avenue where like all the sorority and frat houses are. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, and so, for those of you who've never been around a lot of sororities or fraternities, or you've never been a part of the Greek culture, as they call it, it's weird. It's fucking weird, man. Like, every one of these houses has these big outdoor tents set up outside of them because they're doing like their rush right now, I guess. And so you'll see just randomly like all these sorority girls standing outside their house, lining the walkway, waiting for buses to come drop off other girls so they can meet them and stuff. And it's so weird. And they're all wearing like very similar colored clothes and dresses and things. Mm-hmm. And so last night, when I ran to Home Depot to buy something, I was coming back. Every one of those houses was like that. So we're talking about like, it had to be like 10 of them or something. And I was like, what in the fuck It's like something out of the Stepford Wives. It's so weird.
Sister.
Yeah. It's so awkward. I mean, at least the frat guys just sit outside and get drunk. That's not really weird. It's just obnoxious because the way they act when they do it. But
Cultures
awkward.
definitely make sense to the people who are part of it.
Mm.
Everybody
I
else,
guess
not
so.
so much.
That is true.
That is very true because I think about like the kind of the metal culture, I guess you would say, and some of the stuff like is weird to me.
I
Like
know. Wood for life, yo. Wood.
I was thinking like
Yeah.
the Plug Ugly stuff. Like it's cool
so
they've
funny.
got this club, but it's kind of weird to me. It's like you're trying to be like a gang, but you're not really a gang. I don't know.
And like, it's so funny when I show people like videos of like what I consider moshing, and people are like, "You mean to tell me you go to a show so you can get fucking kicked in the head and punched in the face?
Yeah.
So people will just jump off the stage and land on you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's like the greatest thing in the fucking world. Have you ever spin kicked a stranger? Let me tell you, it is exhilarating because they don't even get mad because everybody's there and it's understood." But it's just like, to a normal everyday person, they'd be like, "Man, when I want to go to a fucking concert, I just want to sit back and drink a beer. And you're up there fucking ultimate fighting championshiping motherfuckers."
Oh my god.
What a wonderful conversation. This happened?
Often.
That's
So
awesome.
often.
That's a great conversation.
So here, this reminds me of something that actually happened at the World of My show. So the way I always see it is like I don't want to be in the pit. I don't really want to have anything to do with it. So I'll stand kind of outside of it, maybe on the edge, but preferably like behind the edge. So there's somebody between me and that shit. Someone there, though, who was trying to get involved, and this pissed me and another guy off, I know, because we just looked at each other like that dude comes back around. He actually went outside the pit and went around behind all of us just standing there and started trying to push us in.
Was it kind of a big guy with glasses on?
Yeah.
Frankie.
And I was like, this motherfucker does it again. No. So I actually stepped off to the side, stepped up where the stripper pole was with Jamie. So
And then started using it.
she did try to climb it.
Yeah, I saw.
But yeah, I was like, no, not cool, man. If I wanted to be in there, I'd be fucking in there. If I'm not in there, it means I don't want to fucking be in there.
Now, there is one situation where that is definitely appropriate, and that's if everybody is crowding around and there's no room to do it, you have to push people back. Because otherwise they're going to be like, "This guy just up and punched me in the face."
No, pushing back is different. Pushing me in, he was
Oh,
trying
he
to
was pushing you into it.
Yes, he was basically like, the pit's going, and there's like the people standing around the edge. He was coming outside the edge trying to push more people into it.
That is so sexist. He was rape moshing people. Pushing them into moshes against their will.
Yeah, that was not cool. I'm like, if I wanted to be in there, I'd be in there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be punched in the dick or kicked in the face, so I'm not going in.
One of my favorite things to do, I got to do this a couple times during Tape Fist, is when there's a sing-along, you just go to the back and you run and you fucking leap like Superman and you land on top of everybody.
Cross body block.
Yeah, pretty much. And they just catch you and you're singing along and then somebody else will run and jump on top of you. It's called a pile-on. It's like, it's so much fun until it collapses and then you're just like, "Oh, there's 500 pounds on me."
As long as you're not the guy on the bottom, it's cool.
Yeah.
Those are things you learn in life. Don't be the guy on the bottom.
That's right. Of the totem pole at work.
Well, that's the first thing they teach you when you enter the Greek culture as a frat guy. Is don't be the guy on the bottom.
Mm.
I mean, it's all a big
I
circle
bet.
jerk, anyways. I told somebody once before. I just assume at all those frat houses when they're not out drinking, they're all just walking around naked, jerking each other off, because that's basically
Oh
the way
my
they
God.
act in public. It's like
That's cool if that's what they want to do, but man,
they all act
I would
like.
have to find an apartment somewhere.
I mean, if you're walking around calling each other bro and like holding each other and like, you're a little too comfortable.
What was that noise?
Is a box.
If you're walking around and holding each other and
I know. Because that's
Sound of ripping.
That's funny because saying that makes you sound like a bro. Do you know that? It's like, you know what? These people like getting along, happy like faggots.
That's what you're saying.
Oh no, the hat has taken over Kyle. He's become a real bastard.
I mean, that's fine. That's what you can think. That's not what I intend by it. Trust me, if you're up here at the bars and you see the way they act, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I've been inspired by Kyle's recent statement, so I'm going to now do it myself. If you go over to it, and then all of a sudden you start, then motherfuckers will just be like, and that's it.
That's fucking racist, Evan.
Look, I didn't say anything about one car being faster than the other, you asshole. That's one thing that pisses me off. A fucking asshole thinks just because he can drive faster than somebody else makes him a better person. Fucking racist.
Oh, man. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I got to throw in a plug real quick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your hair
I don't
plugs.
mean plug uglies. My friend, one of the most awesome dudes in the universe, literally, Meister Awesome McKickass, was featured in a television show, well, a YouTube show, called The Shawanda Show, and that's spelled Shawanda. And for whatever reason, they cast him as a defense attorney. So if you want to see an intergalactic, pan-galactic tag team champion, pro wrestling genius, try to adapt to the world of legality in a courtroom, check out The Shawanda Show on YouTube, episode 3. He's about halfway in there. I personally think it's fucking hilarious. But you know what? To each their own. Just check out The Shawanda Show. Episode 3.
The Show. Sounds good. Well, anything else, gentlemen?
When's PAX coming up?
PAX is not next weekend, but the weekend after. The weekend before Dragon Con.
Now, I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to do because here's the thing.
Okay.
We
need to have this discussion. Let's have it. Let's go.
I've got Friday off from work, so I'm definitely going on Friday. Saturday, I'm marrying the bass player from the Rigs to his girlfriend, and that's going to be in Stone Mountain. So I may end up going back Saturday night, and then they have a huge Doctor Who thing on Sunday, so I might just go for the whole weekend. But I know for sure that I'm going on Friday, and I know for sure I'm going on Sunday. I'm just trying to figure out if it's going to be worth it to just, sneak in for those last couple of minutes that night on Saturday, because that's usually when a lot of fun shit happens.
That's true. So, I'm going to PAX just the weekend before. I will probably not even go to Dragon Con because I got season opening tickets to the UGA game here.
Hell yeah, man.
So, and that's on Saturday. If I do go to Dragon Con, it would be Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I wouldn't go Friday is because I have a class I have to attend, and I don't want to not have parking. Because I'll lose my parking space because people will just take it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to kind of hold out and either be gone all weekend or be gone on Sunday when it won't matter.
Yeah, true.
So I haven't decided yet. It kind of depends on how I feel after PAX. Like if I feel like I have a lot of work I need to do, I might not be able to. But if I don't, I may still just come for Sunday. But then after that, there's 3 weeks until AWA.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get on that.
Dude, I still haven't even got a fucking hotel room yet.
I haven't either. We
I
probably
checked,
need to do it right now.
Expedia, I think it was Wednesday night, and there were still tons of hotels open, so I'm just not even all that worried about it. I haven't pre-registered or anything, but I know I've got Thursday through Sunday off, so I'm definitely going.
Yeah, the days aren't a problem, but yeah, I never pre-registered at AWA, because I think we've learned over the years that when you pre-register, you actually have to wait longer in line.
Yeah.
That line is so long, but if you just walk up, it's quick.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Con, it doesn't fucking matter. That line's long regardless.
Unless you bring cash, and then you're going to be pretty quick.
It's quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem with Dragon Con is everybody has to get in the same line just to get in the building, and it's not until you're inside that then you can get to a different line, and sometimes it's better than others. So.
Dude, I'm so proud of my fucking self. I have a budget that I have because I get paid every 2 weeks, and I always break it down. And this year, I fucking remembered way back in January to include Dragon Con hotel room and badge money in my fucking. So I was going through. I was like, August. Oh shit! I put Dragon Con in there. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, originally when I was going to go to PAX, we were going to get a hotel, but then like the hotel was basically $1,000 a person for the entire time we'd be there. So I was like, nope, it's going to stay in somebody's apartment.
Dude, don't forget what happened last year.
That's already been discussed, and I've already been told that I'll actually have something other than a deflated air mattress to sleep on. Because I was like, I mean, if somebody wants to pay me $25,000 in case I need back surgery again, I'm down. I'll sleep on the fucking floor. But otherwise, I was also the first one that confirmed, yeah, I will be coming and I will need to stay there. And the guy was like, okay. So
Hell yeah, man. Good looking out.
I know, right?
Well, we did pretty good this time. We only waited, 2 weeks?
2 weeks. So now, with everything going on, though, the next one probably will be at least a month.
Yeah. It'll be after Dragon Con and PAX, so we can talk about that.
Yeah. So it'll probably be like the weekend or two after that, right before AWA.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Well, gentlemen, until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Evan.
And I need a sign to tell me which toys to buy. I'm not sure.